The number one question that you guys ask me on a regular basis is, Drake, if I can only afford one machine, which machine do I buy? If you watch this video from front all the way to the end, I'm going to answer that question throughout the video. Let's go. Guys, like always, if you get any value out of this video, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that little bell notification. All of the products that we use in this video will be in the description section down below. So if you click those links and purchase those products, I do get a percentage of every single sale that you guys make. So I appreciate you guys for that. I'm gonna make this very quick for you guys. For the ones that ask, you know, Drake, what is the number one machine? Or if I can only buy one machine, which machine would it be? You really can't do it great with one machine. You could do a really good job with one machine, which is going to be the rotary machine, and you could wax by hand, but you cannot do a phenomenal, perfect job with just one machine. What you do need is two machines. If you can only buy one machine, the answer is you can't, really. You should buy two machines, and that machine is going to be a rotary. Now, it does not have to be the Makita that I use in this video. Really, any rotary machine. You can go to Harbor Freight, get a cheap one. I actually have a Max Shine rotary that's pretty good that you guys can buy. It's about 100 or so bucks. But really what you need is a good rotary machine. So if you can only afford one really good machine, go ahead and get you a really good rotary, which is going to be the Makita rotary that we're gonna be using in this video. The other machine that you will want to buy so you can polish and wax or seal a boat is going to be any dual action polisher. Now, like I said, you can go to Harbor Freight, get a really cheap one, or we are going to be using the Max Shine M8S in this video. It is a great machine that is right at about 100 bucks. So for 300 bucks, you can get your rotary and you can get a dual action to be able to get literally dang near perfect results. So if you are a DIY guy and you're trying to buy the least amount of machines as possible, this video is for you. I'm doing a simple, super cool rowboat out here in Redding, California, which is now where I live in Northern California. What I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna show you guys how to use just two machines. No sanding, no $500 polishers. Everything is going to be done with just a rotary machine and a simple DA. Follow the steps in this video to the T and you're gonna get perfect results. With all that said, let's go ahead and hop into the process. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the boat. So here it is. As you can see, I don't even know the size of it. It's probably only about maybe 15, 16 feet. It is actually a rowboat. The oars go right here to row. Does have a little bitty small 4-stroke motor just to be able to get up and down the river with no problem. But as you can see, it's a pretty cool little boat. Obviously not the most impressive boat I've ever done, but I'm actually really excited to do this boat just because it'll be a cool little fun little project. All right, so this boat is a 2001, and as you can see, it has a decent amount of oxidation on the boat. It's got a ton of water spots, ton of watermarks, and we're gonna go ahead and get all of these buffed out. As you can tell from right here, really nice and oxidized, but we're gonna go ahead and take care of that. As for the inside of the little boat, all we're basically gonna be doing is cleaning it. It's just raw fiberglass material, so we're just gonna give it a good wash, good detail. I'm gonna buff out around these cup holders and stuff, and then this little back area, we're gonna get all of this buffed out with the rotary. For the most part, we are just gonna give the inside a really good cleaning, and as for the outside, we're gonna go ahead and compound it and get it all sealed up. Alrighty, so this boat is pretty dirty. It's just got a bunch of leaves, so all I literally have here is super clean in a pump sprayer. I'm just gonna spray it around, brush it with my brush, and rinse it out. It's literally that simple. So if you just have a basic boat that's just got dirt in it, just use a little bit of super clean or some boat soap just to give it a good wash out before we get to compounding. On this particular boat, I'm just using straight super clean just because it's pretty dirty. There's a lot of trees around here, and he fishes this thing like just about every day. He's a guide, so it's just nice and dirty. So I'm just gonna use straight super clean, and we're just gonna get most of that grime off with this. I'm also just gonna let it sit for a minute too, just to really let it cut into that nastiness that's on the boat. There's a lot of calcium buildup on it from the water and stuff, little hard water spots. So we're just gonna let this sit on there. What's up, dude? Watch your breath, buddy. This stuff is pretty harsh. I'm scrubbing kind of hard right now to get most of that nastiness off of it. Now, super clean ain't gonna remove all the calcium, but it'll actually get a decent amount off. Nasty. Just got most of the top layer off, but you can see a ton of oxidation in there, and that's what we're gonna remove next. So just gonna repeat these steps on the other side. All right, guys, so we are done washing it. I'm just taking a look at the boat right here. There's a ton of hard water spots. I don't know, I hope you can tell on the camera, but all of this is just nothing but like hard water spots. Now, unfortunately, yeah, buddy, you see them? Unfortunately, I do not have a hard water spot remover on me. I'd have to order it, and I don't have time to order it. So instead of just scrapping the video, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this without a hard water spot. Unfortunately, it is gonna make the job a little harder, but it can be done still. All you're gonna have to do is have a super heavy cut compound on a wool pad. So we have our wool rotary right here. We have our rotary with a wool pad. And now this is Stark Level R heavy cut in this squeeze bottle. All we're gonna do is just compound it like normal, but we will have to use more compound and a heck of a lot more pressure to basically cut out these hard water spots. So with all that said, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do a test spot here just to make sure that's even what we need to do. One, to remove the hard water spots, and to remove the oxidation. Let's go. All right, so as we can see, most of those water spots are gone. There's a little bit more down here that I'm gonna have to use a little more compound on, but for the most part, you see all these water spots, they're gone. Now, obviously this boat is 20 years old. You know, it's not $1 million yacht, so we're not looking for perfection on this one, but as of right now, that's already looking 1,000 times better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Stark Level R from the front all the way down the side, and then do the other side as well with Stark Level R. So let's hop right to it. So you may notice right here on this boat, I'm really hitting those heavy watermark areas. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a ton of freaking compound, which is the Stark Level R, on the wool pad. I'm really pushing it into the boat. Plus, I also have my machine on like 1600 RPM, which is normally faster than I normally would run it. But when I'm trying to really dig and I'm trying to really cut past those hard water spots, the extra speed is necessary. Plus, there's actually a decent amount of oxidation on here. Honestly, 9 out of 10, I'm gonna go ahead and sand this boat, but because we're not doing any sanding, I'm not. So I'm just pushing a little extra harder and using a little more compound. It's a little more work, but you don't have the risk of sanding through or burning through your gel coat if you sand your boat. Just finished the rest of the hull with the first step. Now we are gonna have to do some heavy cutting on this little section right here and on the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out right now. officially done with the first step. We did Stark Level R on the white wool, got the entire hull all buffed out real good. We did the inside panel here and here. I'm not doing anything else. We're just gonna get the rest a nice wash and bath. But he just really wanted what you can see kind of from the outside compounded. So now that it is all compounded, you know, most people would look at this and say, wow, that looks amazing. Because look, it already has a really nice shine. But what we want to do is go the extra mile and really get it polished out. All right, so first thing we got to do is, if you take, I'm just taking my cell phone here. I'm gonna turn on the flashlight. All right, we got our flashlight going. If you look into the gel coat, you can see that hologram effect. See how if you follow the light, how you see little micro scratches swirling around? It looks like it's dancing in the sun. Well, those are micro scratches called holograms, and that's what we want to refine now. So we got a gloss to it and we removed the oxidation, check. And now we want to refine it all the way down to all of these are gone. And that's what these next 2 steps are going to be. So what we're gonna do next is we are going to use a yellow Buff and Shine wool pad. I normally don't use this pad, but because we are only using a rotary buffer and not a polisher, because normally I would just hop straight to a polisher to do this, but if you don't have the money, this video is going to be great because it's going to show you how to be able to get dang near perfect results with just a rotary and a simple DA to wax with. So we're going to use a medium cut wool pad with Stark Elevate. That's what's in this squeeze bottle. It is Stark Elevate. Elevate is a good medium cut compound. We have a medium wool pad with medium cut compound on the rotary. With Stark Elevate, you really want to run it pretty fast. So we are going to be running the machine around 15 to 1800 RPM throughout the whole process. With Stark Elevate, you're going to use the yellow wool like we just said, and I don't really use as much compound, and you're going to notice the Stark Elevate is a lot more liquidy too than the Level R. But let's go ahead and clear off our surface, and we're going to run it a little faster. So you're going to use a little less product and you're going to run it a little faster. Now this step should go way faster than the Level R, only because the Level R took so much time to cut out all those watermarks and the oxidation. This is really usually pretty quick, and you're going to use kind of light pressure. And there we go. So as you can already tell how much richer and dark green this is versus this lighter green. So has a nice shine, but you could tell how much shinier just this one more step goes. So all of these steps don't just go into making the scratches go away, it actually brings out the gloss more and more and more. So we're gonna go ahead and do that same system all the way down. All right, so we are officially done with the rotary steps. That yellow pad is really gonna cut down those heavy buffing marks that the Stark Level R did. Once you are finished with the yellow pad, you still will actually have some holograms left behind. This is gonna be the third step that's gonna be pretty crucial in the finishing process if you wanna get it perfect. Now, 90% of people, even DIY, if you're doing your own boat, or even customers might be good with this, but I like to go the extra mile. I like to finish it out perfectly and have 0 holograms and swirls left behind. So in order to do that, you are going to need to get a little dual action machine. On my channel for over a year now, I have pretty much repped the Griot's G9. I'm actually moving away from the G9. It's still a good machine, but when G9 actually switched from, I think it was like the G8 or G7, I don't remember. It was a smaller one that, if you go on my first videos, the ones I used, and then they actually stopped making that machine and they switched to the G9. The G9 is a decent machine, but I feel like it lacked the power and it was a little longer, so you kind of had to use 2 hands. So I'm going back with this machine. This is a MaxShine M8S. It actually is cheaper than the G9, so it's kind of a win-win. It has a little more power than the G9, so it's not gonna stall out on you as much. You can polish with this, wax with this, and sand with this, and like I said, it is actually a little bit cheaper. Now, we are gonna polish like normal with this, okay? So if you've watched any of my videos for any time, we're gonna do the side to side, up, down, side to side. When you're polishing with a dual action, you have to make sure that the pad keeps spinning, but you should not really have a problem with this pad. I am using the white Lake Country Force Rotation polishing pad, but if you are going to buy this machine and you're gonna buy a pad for this machine, get the white CCS Lake Country pad. I have everything linked down below. And to do this step, we are using Stark Ignition. Stark Ignition is a really ultra fine polish that is really gonna polish out those swirls and holograms and leave literally a perfect finish. All right guys, so remember, when you're doing polishing with the DA, you really want to make sure that pad keeps spinning. And whenever you're doing your sections, just go ahead and do like really just 4 small little dots like this. And that's practically all you need to be able to get all of the gel coat polished out real nice. So 4 dots, we're just gonna keep going down this side. And remember, always make sure this pad is spinning, and I have the machine running on 6 full speed. We are officially done with all the compounding and polishing, and as you can see, it looks pretty dang good. On these parts, I'm not even gonna polish them. They look fine just the way they are. Super glossy, you know, getting that DA all up in here, it's just not even gonna keep spinning and stuff, so it's really just unnecessary. For the most part, I'm happy with that. We're gonna wax that up and be fine. Same thing up here. There's really no point in getting all this polished with a DA. If you had a flex or a rotary, or if you had a flex or a Rupes to polish all this out, it would make more sense to do it, but with the DA, it's not even gonna spin on these smaller areas, so just get it as good as you can with the rotary and call it a day. But as you can see, I mean, that's pretty dang glossy, so I'm happy with that. So next on the list, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna wash this boat and get it perfect. We're gonna clean all the leaves and stuff out of the inside. We're gonna just basically wash the whole boat. I am going to be using Dawn dishwashing soap, okay? So Dawn dishwashing soap is going to get the rest of the grime and dirt out of here. It's gonna help clean up the compound, and it's also going to remove any of the oils and stuff that are left on the gel coat, because like I've preached time and time again, anytime you polish and compound, they have oils, they have lubricants inside of the products that are gonna leave a false gloss. Plus, it's gonna fill the pores of the gel coat with the product. So what we want to do is strip all that off with Dawn dishwashing soap. That way there's no oils, nothing clogging the pores of the gel coat, and then we're gonna go ahead and seal her up. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a deep clean, and then we're gonna seal it. So we got the boat completely washed and dried, and now we're gonna go ahead and seal it up with Stark Hyper Hold. Stark Hyper Hold is an amazing sealant. It's my favorite sealant that I use. You're gonna go ahead, apply it to the boat. You're gonna wait about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and wipe it off with microfiber rags. I am gonna be doing the hull here from the rub rail down on both sides, and then the interior panels that we did. On the inside, I am just gonna get a hand applicator and do it by hand. The machine we're gonna be using is the MacShine M8S that we just did the polishing with, and then I have a little Buff and Shine microfiber pad here, super soft pad, great for sealing up. So let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. Now we're just gonna take 2 microfiber rags, go ahead, fold them in 4s, and we're just gonna go ahead and buff off the sealant. So right now the sealant is dry. Let's go ahead and wipe it right off. All you need to do is just nice circle motions, and that's it. We're gonna go ahead and just get it all off. All right, guys, we are officially done with our little boat. There's a little bit of standing water that I still have to drain out, but for the most part, we got everything polished up super nice here. Got all the seats cleaned up. I didn't get it on video, unfortunately, but I just used a little bit of degreaser and match eraser on the seats to get those cleaned up real nice. Wiped off the motor with Stark Hydrate, got the motor nice and cleaned up. And then the outside is all perfectly detailed. Got all of this detailed perfect, and like I said, the hull is looking great. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have maybe missed me. I know it's been quite a while since I've posted a video, but with me taking my family across country and moving to Northern California has been a little bit of a process, but I have just been taking some time off, and it's been great. Noticed this guy down the road, and I was like, hey man, take me fishing. I'm gonna make your boat look great, and we did that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Shoot a comment down below, please, if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Like always, if you go into the description down below, click those links, purchase those products. I appreciate you guys for that. I'll see you guys in my next video. Let's go.